Hey guys, my name is Zodiac and welcome back to another episode of our isolated city here in City Skylines. But today guys, we continue the expansions. I want to create a brand new pedestrianized area, going heavily related on the commercial side and also being related to, I don't know whether to do tourism or leisure. I'm not too sure right now. We'll kind of see what happens. But I want to try and connect up two parts of the roundabout on the other side, which makes no sense at the moment, but I'll explain everything in just a second. Planes are now sinking. I'm just joking. What is going on right now? Guys, if you do enjoy this series, want to see more, make sure you smash the like button down below. And if you are new around here, make sure you do subscribe so you get notified when the next episode does come out. So basically, what I'm talking about is recently, well, I say recently, not too long ago, we created this beautiful pedestrianized area. It's absolutely amazing. It's glorious. And I want to build a little bit more of it. Now, rather than expanding this one, which I will do eventually, I want to utilize this run this way and this run this way by creating a much larger variation here. Now, the reason I say that is, if I can do it, I can get another ferry stop, then I can slowly start to create a little bit of a loop, which is going to be beautiful with the ferry lines, but also it means then I can finalize the run of my metro lines, because we're going to have one kind of stop here. I think we're going to kind of integrate one between the two, and then obviously have one come to there, have one go down to there, and obviously end over there. We're going to change that up to a two-way one. It's all slowly coming together. It's all slowly coming together. Now, as it stands right now, if I do extend these roads, I'll go back to the 4-lane roads, la-di-da-di-da, bring this all the way down to here. You can kind of see where these are going to end. Now, thinking about it, these two here are technically closer than these two. So what if I pedestrianize this whole section there? So pedestrianized section here, one stop, then I can have another stop and it kind of ends. I will eventually expand that one, but I can do it in this kind of section. And where they would kind of most likely meet in the middle, I can hopefully try and build a ferry stop here. How it's going to work, I don't know. These are the questions that no one knows just yet. These are the questions no one knows. So this should be pretty fun. This should be pretty fun. So I'm going to get my rural road set up right now. And how far away are we from this? We are at 29. So we're kind of going to lose the 10 marker at some point through this, but I'm gonna extend this so far up. Let's go to about there and then just kind of bring it straight in so we know kind of where we're running on this, so we get the grid kind of aspect still from it. Now this, I could potentially just run it all the way up, but if I try to stay with the grid format, because I kind of like the diagonalness, I can't even English, that I'm creating from this. Now if I went in like that and went in like this, that's where I can pretty much end it, where this whole section switches to your normal runs like this, and that always goes in the middle. Is that too many junctions? Also, it's not perfectly centered. Okay, maybe I shouldn't do that. Seniac, you're doing crazy stuff right now. Please calm down. Right, rather than get this to kind of connect like that, we will run some parallelness on the opposite side. So that there is going to be R11. I'm going to run this up to kind of continue with this. So that's a 16. If I do a 4, and if I do another 10, that should be a 30, right? Yes. If I do another 30, we're back in. If I did another 30, we ain't going rich more further than this, so I'm just going to kind of cut that in just there. So what I want to do actually is, do you know what, I'm switching this up. Change all this again, sorry. We're going to do 20s instead, okay? We're going to do 20s. Because I might be able to do something with this. So that's an 8. So if I do a 12, and then bam, that should be a 20, yeah? If I do another 20, now the reason I'm going to stick to 20s will all unravel right now. Here, I can bend it in. Here, I can bend it in. And then all of a sudden, we've kind of then transitioned from this diagonal to back to the grid view. So that's an 8 over there. So if I delete back on both of these a little bit more. And what we're looking at here then. So it was an 8 by 8. Here is a... Oh, it's closer than you think. A 7 by 7, believe it or not. And then in we run. And then in we run. So you don't really get much out of this, but this is why we're going to create such a beautiful pedestrianized area. So if I come up by a 10, and I wonder if I can do it without getting caught into that too much. So going down to there's a 39. So if I can go up by 28, that should be an 11, which then goes down to there. Then I can run. This is actually running off not parallel. What's going on, boys? What's going on here? So if I come from here and then do an 11, run this. Okay, this is not lining up correctly. We'll do this all ourselves. So from there, we should kind of then stick to the old 20s. And bam. 20 and bam. I'm going to assume that's a 20. Yes. And bam. So we still get to kind of keep the grid alignment. It's a bit funky here though, isn't it? What's happening with this? Is this not perfectly aligned? I know there's something dodgy going on, but... yeah, there's definitely something dodgy going on because that just slightly moved at the end. Right, we'll run it with that. And then, ta-da! Sweet, mate. So just working out all this pedestrianised road. I've got to switch them to a pedestrianised road at some point as well. But I'm just trying to get all this leveled out. So if I run through this with the generic cut-ins like this, so we know where we're pretty much running. We have this coming out to here. So that if I bring this down to a 20, can I get away with the 5x5 bend? I'm trying to create something very different for this pedestrianised area, where all roads intertwine and connect, but it's pedestrianised. You know what I mean? Right, bam, and bam. We can have nice kind of walkable areas and whatnot. Well, that's what a whole pedestrianised area is, and yeah, come on, get it right, boy, get it right, get it right. There we go, and we can put some greenery down. It's going to be beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So if I go by another, try and get another 10 here, down to there, and that is where it's going to clip it all off there as the 20. Do I run this all the way up? I might as well. Delete this bit. Now, is there room? Is there such room to create? This is. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. That's maybe why it was better probably to go this way. Unless, so if I was going to do another 20, your 20 marker is then there. Unless I don't make this one stick down as far, thus still giving us a little bit of beachfront. And instead, we make this bend in. So if I go, that's a 22. So if I go for about a 14, which leaves us with what, about an 8x8 bend in to kind of run with this. And then this 4-lane road. This 4-lane road, it's within the grid kind of section. Can just end here. And then we'll pick something off just to kind of align with it. Everything is all intertwined. This, I don't know. I mean, this is good. Don't get me wrong, it's good. Alright, let's go to about there. So what was that? About a 4. But it's so all over the place now, isn't it? Everything is all intertwined. I kind of like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. And we're going to leave it as that. So this is quite a big open space here that we've got to sort out. If I come out by a 10 and then the center of this, we come out by a 10. We meet here by a 16. So we'll go for a 6x6 bend. Everything's all different sizes in bends, which again I don't mind. Honestly, do not mind, but runs it all through. And I don't know if it's going to keep these spaces quite open for like park areas. That would be quite nice, as it then transitions back into a grid kind of system. Where does this run? That runs to there perfectly, doesn't it? Yeah. So if I do the... Did I do an 11 there? I did, which means I'm going to have to kind of commit to an 11 here. So we'll go down to there, but it will soon eventually back up and change. So these are obviously... Wait, that's not the one. This is the one that's going to run into there. And this is the one that's going to run into there. And then this one, we'll chop this up. But I'm just getting the runs of roads going through. So that runs down and then goes that way. Runs down and goes that way. You've got all the directions kind of set up. Right, after all that shebang, we need to create this pedestrianised area. Oh, actually, I need to do this side as well real quick. Okay, hold on. Did I do 11 there? Yes. So, I'm committing He is committing, boys. He is committing. So for some reason this grid is off. And it just doesn't feel right, does it? Alright, scrap all this. We'll come off this by an 11, run up to there and then in. And then bring these from it this way. Now these are all just going to kind of bend round nicely to kind of connect with this. I might save this for another time. But again, we'll still... I mean, it's mainly going to be this whole area here pedestrianised. That's what we're going to be going for. So... as much as I don't want to, I kind of want to extend it a little bit more. So I'm going to do it like this. So that would go to there. So I kind of now want to do every 10 and then cut in. Because it's walkable, you've got to do more roads than you would normally do. Because nobody's traveling via vehicle around this area. So in you go there. And I'm going to kind of stop there for now, because I might utilize this to do some bending or whatever. And then I'm going to stick here by... Let me do it on this side where there's nothing going to really hinder me. So that's probably not the best place to pull it. So we'll do it passing on every 20 there, just to kind of then split up the alignment. And then that will just kind of swoop into a turn there. So we've got... This is going to be so walkable. This area is going to be ridiculous. So paint pedestrian area. We're literally going to go all the way down and around here and right now. Up to just on this side. I don't know how much of it I'm actually going to pedestrianize. Well, I know how much I'm going to pedestrian, but I don't know how much I'm not going to pedestrianize is probably the best way to pull it. So do that. That is a huge area, isn't it? That really is a huge pedestrianized area right now. I'm only just kind of thinking how ridiculous this is. So the thingy-majig, my bobby booty. What's it called? The metro line. I need to build two in here. So one that's obviously going to connect to this, which is obviously going to go on this side. Which, is that the buses there? We do have the ability to drop these in, don't we? Yes. Which is more likely what I want to enable and get in. So if I place this relatively around here, because it's going to run to there and also go down into there. And I don't really have much space. I'm probably going to save it just here, which would be kind of a good idea. So we'll drop that in just there. So connects from that line, and then that one runs into there. Now, I'm going to need one. I mean, I could add one there, which obviously continues to run. That connects down to there. But then the problem we've got is I've got one that needs to go here. So these three here are going to be pretty close. Now, what I could do is I could go to the metro line here. There's a pedestrianised version, isn't there? And I forgot where it is. Let me go to the metro section. That's not the metro section, Soniac. It's this one, right? Which has two lines within it. Now, if I was to say drop this here with the two lines, that could, in reality... Am I wanting one over here? Because I can get this to run. If I had that there, two lines, pull it like there. Yeah, drop it like there. The top line comes from here and then does a little UE just like that. And then this line cuts through that way. Then it go and ends over here. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. That makes a lot more sense. Now, I feel like I'm going to need this. Like... I mean, I could actually drop it, like, for example, around here, which is not a problem. Then I'll need another one just there. That's on a separate line to end into there. Right, it's all going to work out in my head, okay, guys? It's all going to work out in my head. So if I drop this, let's just go here. And then we'll just kind of run with the whole shebang going after. Right, okay. Oh, okay. So, connection tool then. Connection tool. We need to make sure that we're underground in the tunnel system. On this, I'm going to go from there to there. So this is a pretty straightforward run. Nothing too crazy about that. Oh, what have I done? I've now deselected it. And then from here to here. So we'll go big on the bend. As much as I can. There we go. Really slow and narrow that down. So this one is going to connect from there to there. Nice and simple. There to there. That's perfectly fine. And then this one here will connect up to there. Now, I don't know how it's going to do this on such a bend. I mean, it can do it like that, which is, again, that's fine. Right, there we go. Okay, that bend's completely fine. So that's how it runs down and connects to this one. And then, obviously, that there will then go over to here. It's only a short run. The whole purpose of it is to intertwine the connectivity of the different lines to get from point A to point B a lot easier. So it does a simple little bend like that. I know you can go from there to there, but it's mainly to get these guys to over here and crisscrossing on different lines to kind of, you know, reduce the amount of traveling they got to do. We'll eventually have another metro stop just around about here somewhere for this kind of section, which that line will continue to there, and then I'll switch this out to a crisscross, and that's where it will terminate. So we have so much kind of connectivity right now set up for these metro lines. It should be pretty good. It should be pretty good. So we'll worry about everything else in just a moment, because now we really do have to pedestrianize everything. So let's go back to normal. I need the pedestrianized kind of road stuff, and I could pedestrianize this 4-lane road, but we've also got to think about where we want the service buildings for it all, which I'll probably save for over on this side. So if I was to pedestrianize the big road, all right, there we go. This is where it all now begins, guys. This is where it all now begins. So we might as well do it. We'll probably leave this road here like it. And what style of road did I go for over here? I went for... Oh, no. Is this all 4-lane road? No, it's not. It's the one with the tree in the middle. Right, let me play around with a couple of path designs. So that looks quite nice. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go for that one. Which then means I want to switch out for a lighter style. Yeah, we'll switch out for a lighter style. We've gone for this one here with a tree in the middle. So I want to pretty much do it all leading up to there, but then keep that road here as it is. So I can still allow vehicles to kind of come in. So it's a lot to do upgrading, but I rather do it the way I've done it and have to upgrade it so I can get all my decisions made and laid out correctly. So a bit of an epic to upgrade, but hey ho. At least I've got the zone and the planning down as I want it. So, yes, we are going to continue it. Like I said, it's going to be quite a large pedestrianised area. Right. And we're only going to pedestrianise it. Actually, maybe I don't want all of it to be pedestrianised. So if I ran down to there, obviously. Let me go back to the rural road. Okay, so if I didn't pedestrianise that run here, and I didn't pedestrianise this run just there, and instead kept it as it is, it allows vehicles to still kind of cut through, and you're on the edge of the pedestrianised area. So when I build the park and you still need vehicles and services to kind of get where they need to get to, it all kind of works. So for the pedestrianised area then, we need to get the buildings added in for them. And I've honestly forgotten where you get the buildings for it all. Am I now stupid? I can't think of where you get the pedestrianised stuff from. Is it all this here? Pedestrian areas? It's this, isn't it? Yeah. So we need service points, basically. And I don't know whether to do service points that do both or have individual buildings. So we've got, like, more capacity on this. And it needs to go on a normal road, doesn't it? Right? Yes, it needs to be placed on a normal road. So let's think about this logically. I've saved these roads for it, but what I might do is get the rural road here, and let's say if I pumped out by a 10 and then just ran this down like this, and did the same here by a 10 and connected just there, is that enough to squeeze in? It is a couple of buildings, so I could do a garbage point I could do a garbage point. I can do a cargo service point. Cargo. Oh, actually, no. Do you know what? Wait, has that placed itself in a different area? I think it has. Alright, obviously, push this over to there. I'm actually going to switch this out because I'm realising the size of these buildings. Oh, but then again, that's going to be the same thing anyway. Alright, if I put that there... No, I can't have it there because the cargo, the whole purpose of the cargo is because the cargo section's over on this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place one just here, right? Back to the cargo stuff. Place one just there. We'll have one there, there, and there. Just running up here right now. We'll drop some warehouse and stuff down, like, anyway. But I've got to get all this stuff within the vicinity for the connectivity. Back to the Royal Star Road anyway. So if I cut this just there and then run it down, let's say by a 15. Right. Run it down by a 15. I can also bring this out by a 10. What I should have done is actually, let me delete these. Right, once I get all these sorted how I want them to be, then we'll have no issues. And you could run out to there, but I'm going to drop a load just there as well. Because the cargo points are very important. Cargo points are very important. And let me just quickly zone down here. Because you've got to make sure that the goods can get distributed nice and easy. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got a couple there. A load here. Again, very, very important. And then some garbage facilities as well. So 1, 2, 3 we'll do there. And then we'll just add more as we go along. Because we ultimately... I've never built one as big as this. So I don't know what kind of demand it's going to need. So I don't need a service point area because this distributes goods and collects garbage. It's basically these buildings in one, 2 of these in one, but it doesn't have the high capacity that you would need basically. So let me just cover this area in water, so we can at least kind of get this up and running. Well, I'm slightly off there with the waterworks, but that's okay. So you got to do it by 22, which I've just done a 23, which I'm now freaking off again. Oh, Sediak, sort it out, mate. There we go. So water covers the majority of this area right now, which is pretty good. Power will eventually stretch to it all. But this is going to be glorious. It's such a large pedestrianised area. So saving this area here for the park. Perfect, perfect, perfect. We have we have 2 public transport stops, which is, again, really good. So get people to and from where they need to get to. And you can make this area... be like wall to wall and stuff like that, can't you? Is it, how do I do that? Is it residential? You can add the wall to wall residents, which could be interesting. I could add the wall to wall offices as well. So anything in here is going to be all wall to wall. Now, even though I've added wall to wall commercial, does it take away if it's tourism specialized or leisure specialized? Yes, it does. Okay, so we'll keep wall to wall. So this won't be a specialized area in terms of tourism, you know, leisure, whatever. It'll just be normal, but we've pedestrianized it, kind of like we're building like an old town, kind of, you know, this is the old town, as they say. So this could be quite interesting. So let's start with the normal stuff then. Do I do high density or low density commercial? We'll go low density commercial. There's no need to go high density around here. So let's do the usual suspects then, to how I would normally build like these areas. So up to there with the commercial, up to there, because the crisscrossing, all beautiful right now. We'll only cover this side of it in the commercial. And we will run down here, because this is one of the main roads that kind of cut from here as you transfer over here for the pedestrians getting off the metro lines. Now, residential, we'll squeeze a load in. And we'll go to there, and obviously we'll go down to here to begin with. And now there is garbage and stuff there, so we'll have this to be offices, because I want to try and squeeze some more jobs in, which would be great. There's not actually as much residential as I would like, so I might actually just cancel this strip here and place that in. And just leave that one there, because we can do more residential as we lead over here. And we'll also zone all this to be residential too. This is going to be our little park. We'll do some more offices just here on the old crisscross. More offices down here. There we go. And the power, we do need to get it all connected. So right now it doesn't connect. So I'll come off from there for a straight connection there. So this has the power just here. We don't have the power just there, but we're going to bring it just over. We'll quickly anarchy just get it something connected. So at least got power there, and it will spread and it will connect. So you just got to give it a little bit of time. So this is quite a lot to throw in. This is quite a lot. I mean, I did this very basic area over here. It took a long time to kind of get it all up and running and balance perfectly. And this is going to kind of be the same. So while it does what it needs to do, we're going to build a little bit more of an additional city park in. So we'll go for the main gate. Can it be placed in this? Oh yeah, we cannot place it on that type of road, can we? What about a main gate, like a side gate? It's not in a park area, so we don't really know just yet. So if I put the main gate here on the normal road, this is one of the reasons why I made sure I had some normal road around all of this. So the park area. Now, does this take away from the pedestrianized area? I don't actually know, so I don't know whether I'm overlaying a second area around it or whether this is taking away from the pedestrianized section. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure. If I was to get rid of that, it makes a hole. So yes, it does take away from the pedestrianized area. Gotcha. Now, other issue is I can't place it on that style of road, but what I can do is lead it to the edges. So I don't really have any connectivity just there. Not a huge problem, because they can just walk down this road. If they want to go to the park, they just, you know, if they got to go past these areas anyway. It is what it is, I suppose. It is what it is. You can't have everything, can you? You can't have everything. So if I bring this up to here, actually, if I bring it out to there, I should have deleted that first, to be honest with you. Bam. Straight in. Come out to there. 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 Alright, I'm not liking this path just there. What I should have done is just kind of gone around the edges. No, I'm not liking going around the edges either. Cut that straight into there. Run that straight up. Have a little bit of a bend on the go. Straight down. I suppose leave it as that. As much as I'd love to do a connection like this, but it just doesn't feel right to do that. It just doesn't feel right. So let me load the park up then with objects. Because it's a pedestrianized area, they're going to understand and know and love the fact that they can walk. This is their whole rigmarole, isn't it? Alright, squeeze all this. Oh, I messed that one up, didn't I? Right, let me replace that one back in. There we go. A couple of gazebos down. There we go. Get the climbing frame. The parks in. The trampoline thing. And that should be glorious. It's placed in the middle, which is kind of cool. Some of this doesn't need to all be pedestrianised areas, really, does it? It doesn't. But it is designated to be a certain kind of style. Cannot be reached. Oh. Okay. So the entrance is on this road. So some of it I will have to upgrade to take it off. Like this one. I do it to there. So you can't, I mean, I don't know whether to just do it to this one as well. Just so I can have the park gates on. I'm just going to do it. Like I said, you can't have it all. Right, there we go. So, bam to there, bam to there, bam to there. Great accessibility. And the trees, what type of trees are we placing down? Not those ones, I assume. Is it the enderbrush? That's more like it, isn't it? Yeah, we'll place a load around. This is where we'll place some of the schools as well for this area. But I'm hoping that I've got enough of the garbage points and service points to kind of supplement the area in that kind of aspect. Gonna get rid of a lot of the sand just there, which I'll have to then change the brush size to bring it up a bit more, which does get a little bit difficult, but we'll have to do a lot of terraforming as well to smoothen all this off. Again, we'll save that for another time when I work with the edges of the area. That's pretty much what we'll do. So this pedestrianised area is quite big, but it's quite plain and boring. It's just all paths and roads and whatnot. We do need to add a little bit more jazz to it. So this is all the road stuff anyway. You also have the pedestrianised plaza areas. This is the additional bits and bobs to make it really, really nice. Now, again, you can go quite crazy with this. A small glass roof plaza. Now, this is glorious. So this is the kind of stuff you want on the... Oh, can I not get it further up? Like I said, this is the kind of stuff that you want. And we'd be perfect as the walkway down to the ferry. Now, I don't know whether to have 2 ferry stops. I might just have one here. And then do like a pier over on this side. But this is all the kind of the cool stuff that you can now add in. It's like a small fountain. You know, add a couple of these in. It's what really bulks up the pedestrianised areas right now. We have the small ice cream stand. We have the small food truck plaza. So I want every corner, every every couple of meters, you're not far from like a point of interest. That's kind of what I want. That's kind of what I want squeezed throughout all of this pedestrian area. We have then the plaza statue, which we're going to get just there. So when the buildings are built around it, and especially because we've got the wall-to-wall buildings as well, it's going to feel very, very different. We have then the large food truck plaza. Again, I'm just loving how many of these we can get in, which this wouldn't be a bad one. Oh, does this spread over 2 areas? Aha, it does. See, that's not... Oh, do you know what? I can actually flip this around, providing it doesn't... Oh, that merges in perfect. So it looks like it's also integrated with the park area as well. That's not a bad shout. That's not a bad shout. We also have something very similar we can do with an ice cream stand. I might as well just get it right next to it, unless I... Wow, this is a pedestrianised road. Not much else, but I'm going to get it right next to it as if it's like this is the food street. You know what I mean? I like the idea of it being so close. And especially if I build schools around this in just a moment as well. You know, the kids feel like they want to grab some snacks or some food for lunch. There's like a food court area nearby the park or whatever. Not too bad, not too bad, not too bad. The flower plaza. Again, we'll squeeze this in just over here. We have there, now this is the kind of like more, not commercialized, the industrialized for the office workers. So I don't know whether to kind of squeeze something over on this corner just there. I also have a large glass roof plaza. Does this go over 2 areas? It does. Which can also, oh, if I connect it to the end of this, how does that look? That's actually pretty cool as the walkway down to where we're going to have the ferry system. I'm liking this. I mean, it would then build into deletes shortly. But I'm liking this. Oh, this is really good. I forgot how good this little DLC was. Now, we also have lots of other stuff we can add additionally, which I'm not going to squeeze in just yet. But I'm quite happy with this. I am quite happy with this. There's a lot of this stuff as well I've still got to squeeze in. But this will be a good little start. This will be a good little start. So when you check the area right now, it tells you all the happiness, the land value, and all that kind of jazz. What additional have you unlocked? But I've pretty much got it all unlocked anyway, so... you have all this. You get these commercial zone landmark buildings and whatnot. I think they just slowly appear, right? Am I right in saying that? It can have some policies, which I won't do anything just yet. But as it grows and gets a little bit bigger, as it spends more of those demands, this area is really going to transform itself. And that's what I'm quite excited about the most. So fast forward then. So why does that then? We are also going to add on the transport routes. So from there to there and then back is 1. I can now add this one in as well. There to there to there and back again. So lots of metro lines, but you know, this is what you got to do if you want everything to be all intertwined and connected. Now this one I have to now drag to end here. And then I add in a stop there, a stop there. Go back to where we just originally dragged it from to add in a stop there and a stop there. For now, this eventually will be dragged even further, but this line is now all intertwined as well. So these lines now connect up to multiple areas to get people to multiple destinations, which is again perfection, if you say so. If I do say so myself. So already started to earn revenue from the park. Increase that as well. We want some more money coming in. We'll add some schools in here too. So I want to go for those large elementary schools and high schools. So high school just there. Elementary school just here. Always got the high capacities for it right now. So, you know, everyone can be educated. It always brings more people walking through the park, which makes you more money, which is why I kind of do it. And we'll just see how this grows as time goes on. So where's the metro stop here? It's just here, isn't it? Yes. So that's now already being used, which is great to see, considering I've only just implemented the lines in there. Lots of people now walking over, which you'll see the same over here, but I don't know whether you'll see much, even though I'm seeing lots right now, because there's not really much around here, as opposed to over there. But it's one of those, you just never know. You just never know how it's going to go. So very impressive. It's the start of something beautiful. I've got to squeeze on the ferry systems, which we'll do in the next coming episodes. And I keep saying it, but I need to build a water treatment plant and a garbage area over on this side. I actually might build it over here, around the oil industry, just to kind of give us a little bit more space over on this island. So once I get the ferry system in, we'll terraform the land a bit more, so we can kind of sort out how it kind of turns and bends and goes with the sand and the land and whatnot. Get the ferry stop in so we can then start doing some hopping to different areas, which will be pretty cool to see. And yeah, I think we'll also leave it for here as well. So this area is going to grow big and beautiful, boys. It'll take some time because I'm just waiting for more demands to come in. But what an area. What an area already. Here's the info right now, there, the happiness, the entertainment, which again will increase as we slowly add more stuff in. I think we're well within our capacities. In general, I think we're well within our capacities for the garbage and the cargo. Gotta fine tweak some of the areas right now, but I'm happy we kept some of the roads that flow through. I'm happy that we did, because it will allow us to really... What's going on here? Oh no, I thought there was an issue there. It will allow us to have the vehicles still move about as well. So this is going really well. Lots of people walking down the main road right now. And once we get the ferry system and stuff added in here with more people connecting, oh, it's going to be so damn glorious. So damn glorious. So we're seeing lots of people waiting at these platforms and stations. Yes, we are. The blues and the purples over here. We have the blues and the purples. Lots of people moving about. Very, very happy. So with those additional lines, it takes a little bit more pressure off the other lines, which is really good, as they can now get from point A to point B on multiple different routes. We'll see how it goes. We're closing in on 60,000 residents right now. We really are. This Daffodil Grounds is starting to see a lot more revenue coming in, which is pretty good as well. Not bad. We need not enough educated workers, which we've got more schools in. Just need more people living here. But yeah, beautiful buildings. Beautiful buildings. I really do like this pedestrianised area. It reduces. I mean, there's one. It reduces your traffic by tenfold, but at the same time, it then puts more pressure on your public transport. So whether you win with one, you lose in the other. But yes, this is the start of really creating a nice area around here. It doesn't look like it right now, but we will eventually get there. Until next time, guys, I will see you all soon. So good.